What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you all are having a great day. For today's video, I want to talk about the early favorites to win the college football playoff next season. Let's get into it. So obviously, there's a lot of top teams that you have every single year. You have Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson, sometimes Notre Dame, sometimes Oklahoma. It varies with those teams. So what teams are really going to make a push this year and what new teams will be there? So starting out with Alabama, they won the championship last year. They lost their quarterback, they lost their running back, they lost a couple wide receivers. They lost a lot of people on their team offensive side. They returned a lot of defensive players. And Alabama they reload. They don't wait. So they're obviously going to be there next year. New quarterback and just a new system in general. And they'll be right back there in playoff contention. And then you have Clemson. Clemson has DJ as their quarterback. They lost Trevor Lawrence, obviously. Lost ETN. They got some new running backs back as well. Justin Ross, the wide receiver, will be returning. And you have a lot of 5 stars. They reload just like Alabama does. So Clemson will be just fine next year, I think. But they will have a challenge, just like Alabama will, of getting back there. Nothing's easy. Then you have Ohio State. I think is the least likely to get back just because no one knows who their quarterback is. They have a quarterback race, so we can't really predict how good their team's going to be if we don't know who their quarterback is. That's the most important part of a football team when you go out there and try to win. Now, I've been hearing reports that they have a 5-star player, so maybe he'll come in there and win the job, but I can't tell you anything about their team until I see the quarterback. I know they returned 2 good wide receivers, so we'll see how that turns out. But, yeah, I can't really predict anything yet until they get there. But they've always been in the playoff contention, so I'm not going to lose hope on them. They'll most likely be in the playoffs. Oklahoma, the next team, they obviously have a great quarterback, Spencer Rattler from Arizona. I think he's a sophomore or junior. He's still young, but he can throw the ball like Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray. He can do what it takes to get his team to the playoffs. They started the year last year 1-2, and they finished really good on a high note. They killed Florida in their bowl game. So I expect big things from Oklahoma this year. I think they can definitely compete for a championship this year, just like they have in the past. And when it comes to other teams like North Carolina, Oregon, Miami, Penn State, Indiana even. There's a lot of teams out there that can definitely compete with these teams. It's just they have to win the games that they play them. If you don't win the games that you play these top teams, they're not going to be considered in that playoff contention when it comes down to that time when they start picking the teams, seeing your resume, seeing what you've done. They're not going to pick you if you don't have a good resume. So that's what these teams need to fix. And, I'm a really strong believer in North Carolina. I know they play Clemson. They don't play Clemson in the regular season, but if they win out and Clemson wins out, they'll play them in the ACC championship, and that'll be a huge game deciding who goes to the playoffs. That'll basically be a playoff game. Everyone says Clemson doesn't play anyone. They play Miami, they play North Carolina, they play Boston College, they play NC State. These are all top 25 teams. And they play Georgia. So if you're talking about that kind of caliber, people need to start talking about that. Then you have Georgia as a contender. They're always up there. They missed out last year, but they were trying to find out who their quarterback is. They have a good grip on who that is for next year. They have great defense like they always do. Top talent like Alabama and Clemson do. And, again, they start off the year with a tough game, Clemson versus Georgia. It's going to be a nail-biter, and that'll put someone at 0-1, and it'll put someone at 1-0. So that's going to be a great game to start off this season, and it'll definitely playoff contentions early on in the season. Good game to get the fuels going, to get them to get the feelings rushing. So let's see who comes out on top on that one. But yeah, other than that, there's a lot of top teams that can compete this year. Like I said before, there's probably a good 10 to 12 teams that can make the playoffs this year that could, if they make a good run, if they carry on what they did last year, bring it into this year. I think there's a lot of teams that can be in there. And a couple new teams like Iowa State, North Carolina, Oregon. There could be some new teams in there this year that could definitely make a run for that playoff spot. So yeah, that's for today's video. Just wanted to talk about the playoffs for next year. Obviously, it's still 6-7 months away before next season, but just wanted to talk about it anyways, just because I love college football. So if you're a football fan, comment down below. Who do you think will make the playoff next year? Early predictions. Do you think there will be a new team? Do you think there won't be? Will it be the same four? Will there be a surprise team? Let me know in the comments. Other than that, be sure to like this video and subscribe. Peace.